Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Have Not Room. We finally got the live feeds after 4 or 5 days without them. We got them at 12:30 Eastern time. Not ideal for an Eastern-based show, but hey, luckily in Big Brother, we have a ton of fans who are more than happy to stay up all night, tweet everything that's happening, try to figure out through the conversations who's in power, who's won things, who's in what alliances, and hopefully later today we'll be able to do a either live stream or a long form video breaking down everything that we missed, getting everybody caught up on the feeds. But one thing we know for sure is who won the power of veto. So we ended last night's episode with the nominations that, of course, were Ashley, Amy, and Zay. And fortunately for me, who made Ashley my winner pick, and then had to endure an entire episode of going, oh my God, she's going to get voted off because she decided to take a allegedly 2-hour shower in the HOH room on the first night that the HOH had the HOH room. She just didn't see that as bad. She said it was only going to be 10 minutes. Apparently it was 2 hours. Everyone downstairs noticed that she was gone and that she was taking 2 hours, and immediately were like, well, we need to get her out because that's rude. Even though the HOH didn't seem to care until everyone came to him, and he just like, well, everybody dislikes this person. Great for me. I will put them on the block and they will get evicted. But unfortunately for him, unfortunately for me, and Ashley won the power of veto. So this is obviously really great for Ashley's game, because it really did seem like she was going to just get railroaded out of here because of her faux pas of taking too long of a shower, which is a dumb way to get evicted. And, I recognize that this first week especially, you can get in trouble, you can get evicted for essentially any reason. And if you give anybody any reason to dogpile onto you, they will dogpile onto you. And Ashley, unfortunately, did that by taking too long of a shower in the HOH room. I guess night one, just take a shower in the downstairs shower. I mean, I know obviously it's weird. There's so many people. You want your privacy, but would rather have a lack of privacy than be evicted because of something dumb like this. But what kind of has added to this whole situation, which I think is great, is that because Ashley was like the target of so many people in the house, now Vince, the HOH, is kind of talking himself into potentially making a really bad move. So he's going to have to renom somebody. Keanu and Jimmy got into a big fight. They're both trying to get Vince to nominate each other. Then, other people are like, well, we should target Amy. So, Zach is calling her a floater already, which is very strange. I don't think she's a floater. She made a alliance with Rachel right away. But most importantly, there hasn't been any votes or sides of the house or anything for anybody to be a floater. So to call her a floater now is strange. Very, very strange. I don't think Zach knows what a floater is, unfortunately. But regardless, oh yeah, he called Angela from last season a floater, which no. But yeah, so he wants to target Amy, and this is all leading to Vince kind of talking himself into nominating Kelly. So we saw on the episode last night that Kelly was ready and willing to volunteer to go on the block. And, was texting Ben and Chad at the time, my other co-hosts on the podcast version of this show. And I was like, I hope she goes home if she does that, because that's really dumb. And it apparently is back on the table, but now she doesn't want to go up because I think she realized, yeah, this is really dumb. But Vince, who's supposedly an ally of hers, who's supposedly, she sees him as a number one. I don't know necessarily if he sees her as number one, was really entertaining that idea. And whether he goes through with it or not, which, we'll know later today, very dumb. Very, very dumb to even be entertaining it. But you know what? I always say it's a great thing to win the first power veto, but or win the first HOH rather. But if you are a bad player, you shouldn't want to win it because you can do way more harm to your game than good. It appears that Vince is kind of a shitty player, which is fun. I love that, but even entertaining this means that he is kind of a dumbass when it comes to what to do and not to do with the first HOH. If somebody is openly being like, I'm in your corner, I'm ready to ride or die with you, at the very least, nominating them week one is bad. And he's kind of being like, oh, I will prove my loyalty to all of you by sacrificing Kelly. And everyone's like, well, we don't want you to do that, but we will vote her off if you nominate Kelly. So very messy, but ultimately I am thrilled that Ashley has won the power of veto and will have at least one more week to try to reintegrate herself into the house. What are your thoughts on Ashley winning the veto? What are your thoughts on Vince really entertaining the idea of nominating Kelly for no real good reason? Would love to hear from you in the comments. And make sure you check out the Have Not Room on podcasting services where we do longer form episodes once a week. And then we'll have tons of videos here. We're also on TikTok where we're, talking about the same things, but in a different format. So check that out. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel and we'll see you in the next one.